A proposed bill in Austin now threatens to charge transgender people with, quote, gender identity fraud. If passed, it would become a felony to identify as a gender opposite to what a person was assigned at birth. The bill was filed last week by Republican State Representative Tom Olverson, who represents the Cypress area. State jail felonies are punishable by up to 2 years in jail and a fine of up to $10,000. Trans rights advocates are calling this bill alarming.
Okay, so I started this organization in July of 2024, and I knew right away there was going to be misgendering. I knew right away there was going to be transphobia. There was going to be microaggressions. I could just tell. And it was really hurtful because this was an organization that presented themselves as so LGBTQ friendly for staff and for the community. Like, people literally wanted to work there because of how friendly they are to the community. So I came in there and I put my foot down abruptly. And I also believe that me being misgendered and me being talked to the way that I was talked to and treated the way that I was treated also made it so that I was very closed off person. I was a very closed off supervisor. It was really hard for me to trust and for me to effectively lead being in that type of environment, and to actively watch my supervisor and my HR department do nothing about it. After that, they opened up an investigation. They questioned all the staff. They questioned me. I was a wreck during that time. A nervous fucking wreck. And at the end of it, I gave them names. I told them who told me, the misgendering thing and the trying to get me fired thing. And in the end of it, I'm the one who got written up because they told me that I was retaliating based on the way that I was treating certain staff. I was bullying certain staff. There was definitely no bullying that was happening. There was no retaliation that was happening. I think me being treated like shit caused me to feel and act a certain way. It caused me to really call people out for their shitty behavior, and that was frowned upon, and I was reprimanded for it.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha. And as y'all see right here, Texas bill would make identifying a transgender a felony punishable in jail for up to 5 years. Now this person right here, I don't know what exactly they were saying. I don't know what it is. Looks like a Puerto Rican. Looks like a Puerto Rican woman. I could be wrong. It could be a white man that looks like a Puerto Rican woman. It could be a Puerto Rican woman that looks like a white man. I don't know. It's talking about she was treated different. No, ma'am, you were treated like a man probably. And the fact that you didn't like them misgendering you and you would tell on them, probably cut their hours because you're a supervisor, you probably were being retaliatory. A lot of these people, they tend to think that, and this is just strictly for the LGBT, they tend to think that they can say homophobic stuff, sometimes borderline racist stuff, and that there's immunity because they're quote unquote a protected class. And to me, living in America, they ain't nothing but white people using a protected class title so that they can get away with disrespect, racism, and or other microaggressions. If you're white in America and you put on the cloak of LGBT and you think that you should get special treatment, I feel like that they masquerade like that. I don't think if you're white, you already had an advantage in this country. People leave you the fuck alone. They let you traffic drugs, speed while having drugs, being high while you driving the car, walking into buildings without being questioned, armed with a weapon, kill people with immunity like Jeffrey Dahmer. They smelt them damn bodies in 91, yet the police never investigated him. Hell, he was even caught running down the street after a man that had a hole drilled in his head, talking about it was his roommate. No black person getting away with shit like that. So, yeah, this new generation, I don't know. It seems like they have put on this cloak of, oh, I'm a minority, I'm oppressed. It's a contrived oppression. Somebody doesn't want to call you a man because you are biologically a woman. Yeah, that's not oppression. That's you being a jackass, convoluting the workplace. Convoluting it, confusing it, disrupting it, making it hostile. Every other adjective you can add to describe an unwanted place to be. So they fired your ass. They got rid of the confusion. You were the confusion. You know what I'm saying? And you probably were doing fuck shit while you made this TikTok video trying to cast yourself as the victim when you probably actually were the oppressor. Like you probably were. They weren't calling you sir or resorting to calling you he or sir or mister or whatever the hell. I mean, Jaquez. And you probably were cutting their hours or writing them up under the guise of low performance or misconduct. What other thing? Oh, you probably was telling them stupid shit like people don't like working with them, to get them self-aware and insecure about being at work. Or you probably was just making a workplace miserable, so they told on your ass, as they should, and they got you up out of there. Now go get a job at Dick's Sporting Goods or Chick-fil-A. Do something with your time. Shave that goddamn wolf pussy on your mouth, because as a man with a mustache, that don't look masculine. That looks fake. I don't even know how they be thinking that they look like men. They look like gay men, which is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it still looks like a woman. It looks like a Puerto Rican girl that's 17. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. I'm out. No.